In Matthew chapter 8 begins the first narrative section depicting 10 miracles of Jesus. First, Jesus heals a man with leprosy. Jesus then goes to Capernaum, and a Roman centurion goes up to him and tells him that his servant is very sick. Jesus asks if he should come and heal him. The centurion says that he doesn't deserve to have Jesus come to his house, but he knows that Jesus doesn't have to come all that way to heal him. He can just say the word and he will be healed. The centurion tells Jesus that as a man of authority himself, he recognizes that Jesus has authority of his own, and that whatever he says will happen. Jesus is amazed and says to the people following him that he hasn't found any Israelite with greater faith than this Roman. He says that the pagans have begun to follow God and will be rewarded, but God's own people don't believe in him, and because of this they will be punished. Jesus then tells the centurion to go back home and he will find his servant healed, and he does. We then read stories about how Jesus heals many people, the cost of following Jesus calming the storm, and Jesus restoring 2 demon-possessed men. In Matthew chapter 9, we then read about Jesus forgiving and healing a paralyzed man, the calling of Matthew, Jesus being questioned about fasting, and Jesus raising a dead girl and healing a sick woman. At some point, 2 blind men follow Jesus, saying, "Have mercy on us, Son of David." Jesus takes the men inside and asks them if they believe he is able to do this. They say yes, and Jesus touches their eyes and they are healed. Jesus orders them not to tell anybody about this, but they go out and spread the word anyway. Later, a demon-possessed man, who was also a mute, was brought to Jesus. Jesus drives out the demon, and the man begins to speak again. The crowd was amazed and said, "Nothing like this has ever been seen in Israel." But the Pharisees said, "It is by the prince of demons that he drives out demons." The text says that Jesus went through all the towns and villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and sickness. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them, because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field." In Matthew chapter 10 begins the second of the 5 major discourses of Jesus in this gospel. Jesus summons the 12 disciples and formally hands over to them his same authority to preach the good news of the kingdom and to heal every disease. Along with the authority come instructions for the conduct of the disciples' mission, instructions that would seem to offer some transparency to the mission and mission of Matthew's own contemporary disciple community. It suggests a situation of wandering missionaries relying on the hospitality of those who receive them and not lingering long with those who do not. It warns of the need for wisdom amid the tough realities of mission for ones who go as sheep into the midst of wolves. It gives encouragement to face certain persecution that the Father's Spirit will be with them, and that in their suffering they are only imitating their Master. It comforts them with the promise of the Father's presence and concern, and with the value and hope of rewards for faithful endurance. In so doing, key themes of discipleship and mission are noted, combining material from Mark, Q, and special Matthean material. The call for the decision to acknowledge the Son of Man will bring not peace but a sword. Worthy discipleship will mean to take up the cross and discover what it means that those who lose their lives for Jesus' sake will find it. Finally, the disciples are given to realize that whoever welcomes them is actually welcoming the Messiah, and in turn, the one who sent me.